What's up, folks? This is Crypto James talking to you today about Litentry. As a concept, I hate it, and I've spoken about this previously in terms of ontology. Decentralized identity is not something I like as a concept, but as an investor, you've got to acknowledge that digital identity is where we're going. So, Litentry has some serious potential in terms of price appreciation, and as an investment, it could be very, very good. So I'll get into that in a second. Before I do, as always, I'll update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I was invested in. First 26 coins that I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I released videos about them and you're still holding that crypto, you'd be in profit for over 50 grand. These are not the coins I hold anymore. If you want to see what I hold, you can come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I'm perceiving the market on any given day, and how I'm building the portfolio and how it's prepared if things turn very, very bullish, which I do believe that's what this month is set out to be, or if things were to turn very bearish. One thing I consistently reiterate is, guys, build your list of coins that you're excited about. If you're in this space, if you're invested in this space, you should have a list of coins that long term you think are exceptional. When a bear cycle kicks in, a bear cycle in crypto is not like a bear cycle in a stock market. Retracements can be 60, 70, 80, 90% deep. And if your coins that you've got listed are hitting their roadmap targets, building strong partnerships, have retraced enough, and you're still really bullish on them, they can 50x, 100x. That's what I did with Phantom. That's up 308 times in value right now. And I've got a list of coins that I've been building for the last few years. When I think any of them can 50x or more, I'm going to be sharing them with everyone on Copy My Crypto. So again, if you want to know about them, click the link in the description and check it out. Right, Litentry. So guys, look, this is decentralized identity. It's an identity management solution effectively, but decentralized identity authentication and user activity data management infrastructure. So it's built on Substrate, ready for Polkadot. They actually won a Kusama parachain previously. They're currently looking at crowd loans for Polkadot, so I'll show you that as well. They're aiming to help support change that is in favor of a user-centric network. The identity-based network is the key feature. It features an identity matching and identity staking mechanism. As a whole, it consists of decentralized identity and user activity data management infrastructure. This is similar to what Ontology are doing. Ontology have Ont ID, which Binance use. So Litentry is about ensuring privacy, but effectively, they're stating that its privacy protection is the foundation of the Litentry network. They do not want to breach the pseudo-anonymity of blockchain networks, and they support incognito on-chain data processing. Now, to be fair, I like hearing that, but fundamentally, digital identity as a concept is not something I'm for. I think it's a slippery slope, and if you're unfamiliar with sort of what's happened in China in terms of social identity and the fact that you can walk across a bloody street, and because everything's digital identity is so prevalent there, if you've jaywalked, they will literally take money out of your bank account then and there for a crime that's committed that's caught on CCTV without trial. There is a real potential for a slippery slope with digital identity. And anyone believes that we're not going to end up in a situation similar to China, have a little more faith in Western governments than I do, would be my simple point, right? But Litentry as a concept, while I dislike it, they make very valid points about the need for cross-chain identity. And I really do recommend actually people check out their article on Medium, and I'll show you through that in a second. As I said, they won a Kusama slot. Currently, right now, they've got a parachain crowd loan on Polkadot. This is where you contribute your Polkadot to help build the Web3 identity hub, and it allows you to unlock Litentry bonuses and earn rewards. And if you actually participate, which this is going to begin April 5th to April 12th, so there's a 7-week sorry, 7-day period. It is a 96-week lease period. So do bear that in mind. That means you're not going to get a hold of your Polkadot, but you will get Litentry in exchange. The rewards cap is 20 million lit, which is effectively 20% of the total supply. Now, you can also get 10% bonus if you click on get 10% and you get a referral code and refer a friend. You the referrer gets 5%, the referee gets 5%. So you can share a 10% reward. So it's a bonus. So if you yourself are very, very bullish on Litentry and your friend is, make sure one of you, it doesn't matter which, but whoever gets the referral code, you share it because you're going to get a bonus. And it's foolish not to. Yeah, cross-chain identities for Web3. So obviously there are elements that are not overly anonymous because you're talking about distributed ledger. You can track payments, but it doesn't mean you know the owner of a wallet. So without a cross-platform identity, the user experience of identity management and dApps would not be as competent as Web 2. So a common problem for new blockchain projects is how to attract real users. Blockchain projects always use airdrop, but projects cannot prevent a user from creating multiple accounts to get the rewards. For example, Uniswap's generous token gifting to all the historical liquidity providers does not have any differentiation of the users. And it's something I've spoken about. It's actually something I've spoken about in terms of how you can work the system. If you're, I've actually stated this, like when you're utilizing a DEX, if you've got multiple MetaMasks, trade on multiple DEXs that yet to have a native token, because if you're entitled to an airdrop for each MetaMask wallet you have, that could end up being very profitable. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what it doesn't do is ensure fairness across the system. So a missing point in the DeFi world is credit loan as well. Without the credit or financial history of users, financial institutes need to charge a collateralized deposit for issuing a microloan or flash loan, which is actually a very legitimate point. And because there's no financial history of the users beyond the blockchain, it does mean that people get issued loans that aren't necessarily the most responsible with their finances. So they point out that fundamentally cross-chain identity can be utilized on other chains, on extrinsic on-chain governances, on DeFi activities like Aave, where you're talking about lending or all, and off-chain data like Twitter, LinkedIn. And this is the sort of point, is it ties together your entire digital life. How people feel about that, I think it's an inevitability. I don't like it. I really don't like it. But it is an inevitability. Of course it is. How many people now just do have their LinkedIn linked to, or their Twitter linked to their Facebook, linked to their YouTube channel or whatever, right? Not everyone's obviously a YouTuber, or how many people have a LinkedIn that's linked to their Twitter, that's linked to their Facebook, that's linked to something else and something else and something else? Well, most of us are already doing it, but it's not translated across to crypto in the same way that it has translated in terms of your sort of legacy, which I hate the term, but legacy financial institutions. Legacy financial institutions have access to all your history. You can share, when you share your career, particularly when you're looking for mortgages, you've got to share your bank statements for the past 2 years or 6 months. Every bank's different. And then, again, they look at your LinkedIn, they look at everything else, they look at your history. So this is an inevitability. And Litentry is probably one of, if not the most solid in terms of decentralized identity solution. and they go through and they talk about why it wouldn't just be for Polkadot, or why, and they go through the need, why you want all these things linked and what the value of it is. But the cross-chain identity as first-order logic enables validation and accreditation of identities, and also could provide a single sign-on with linked identities. So it completes the missing part in the pseudo-anonymous networks and is essential for the development of dApps in Web3. And there's again a very valid point. The simplification of logging into multiple accounts. I don't think that's a great idea personally, but again, if it's done through a decentralized network, there's value. Yeah, look, these guys have been given a grant from Web3 Foundation. In fact, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 grants that they've now been given. And they've been given this because Litentry is legitimately a strong project. They're partnered with some of the best projects out there. Sandbox, for example. They're partnered with a number of the parachains on Polkadot already. You've got your Fallas, your Moonbeams. They're partnered with Elrond. They're partnered with Block Venture. They're obviously an investment, venture capital investment, as well as all of these. Yeah, I mean, these are beasts. These are massive venture capital firms. So there's sound reasoning that this is going to do very, very well. Gavin Wood is a huge fan of Litentry and has quoted them and talked about some of the steps that they've taken in terms of progress on his Twitter feed a number of times. Obviously, Gavin Wood, like I say, Gavin Wood's the creator of Polkadot, creator of Ethereum, or co-creator of Ethereum. So his confidence in this pretty much has ensured a Polkadot parachain at some point, and its success is pretty much guaranteed to some degree. Now, whether it's guaranteed in terms of price appreciation is a different matter, but I would expect that Litentry would have some serious rally potential in it. Right now, there's going to be 100 million tokens max supply. Would not be surprised if this is a $500 million project. And right now, it's at 34 million tokens, or nearly 35 million tokens. This could easily hit $15 or so. That would roughly put it at about $525 million. That's actually very achievable for a decentralized identity solution that could be like a game changer. I think identity solutions, digital identity solutions are a slippery slope. I think there is a legitimate concern in terms of how these could be governed over the course of time. Now, I feel far more comfortable with a decentralized solution than I would a centralized one overseen by the government. But there is an element of a slippery slope. And I'm not sure if my comfort level is there. I also don't think everything needs connecting. I think there's actually something valuable about not having one sign-in for multiple different accounts. But maybe that's me. Definite potential. By far one of the strongest projects in the Polkadot ecosystem. Moonbeam, Akala, Litentry, Falla. Those ones are really, really strong. What do you guys think of that? Does anyone share my reservations out of curiosity? If you don't, no worries. But let me know in the comments if you share my reservations about digital identity. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Yeah. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know when a video is coming out. And that's it from me, guys. If you're new to crypto or you've been in the space a while and you're just not happy with how you're perceiving the markets, how you're feeling about the markets, how you see them moving, or how your portfolio is prepared when things turn very bullish or very bearish, then you can come see exactly what I'm doing on Copy My Crypto. And you can also see when that bear cycle kicks in, and it will kick in. This market won't go up forever. When that kicks in, you can see the coins that I'm really excited about long term, where my money will be going during that bear cycle, because make no mistake about it, I will invest harder in the bear cycle than I do in the bull cycle. So if you want to see what I'm getting in, you can click the link in the description and check it out. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.